Hello, and welcome to Faith on Dirt Roads. Today's episode is to dive deeper on a topic we discussed in the last episode, Bertha with a Side of Spaghetti. I want to tell you a bit more about Kamu Medical Center and what a blessing it is for myself, our ministry, and other expats and missionaries living in Jinja. Since 2014, I have been blessed to know Dr. Charles, who runs and owns the clinic. He has one of the best medical practices in Jinja to receive care from. We can get labs that are drawn quickly to test for malaria, typhoid, and other common infections that we deal with daily. Another way that Kamu blesses our ministry is that we are able to provide a list of names of our students in our tuition scholarship program. And our students then have the responsibility to go to the doctor and get the care that they need. This is great for our students because it allows them to look like a normal person walking into a clinic to receive care. And they don't have to worry about the bill or being able to pay for that if they're sick that day. We have worked out an agreement that we just pay monthly after we receive our bill. And so it's a beautiful thing that our students get to walk in there, get themselves checked in, and get whatever medication or whatever they need after they've seen the doctor, and to just truly look like anyone else. Something I don't think many people realize is that some of our younger primary age students oftentimes take themselves to the clinic by themselves. And this seems very odd when I talk about this to my friends in America, because in America you go with a parent or a guardian. And here that's just not the case. It's not at every time, but for a lot of the students and kids that we work with, most of the time they are taking care of themselves in that way. This isn't uncommon. If one of our younger students comes to the clinic and we need to be there with them or try to find a guardian, the clinic calls us and we're able to work together, and it's really beautiful to see that the student gets the treatment they need. Unfortunately, a lot of families have to face a hard challenge. Do I feed my family today? Do I have money to pay for medical? Am I able to buy this or that? And so this allows our families to not have to make those hard decisions, and we're allowed to come alongside them. And so this allows families to, once again, stay together and not have to worry about the medical costs that you just can't foresee sometimes. And so that's just a beautiful way that we're able to work with our families and Kamu and allow our students to really not have to worry about any of the shame that might come with going to a clinic but not being able to afford it. Every month we bring the elderly in our program, and Dr. Charles checks them and makes sure that their blood work is okay, that all of their maintenance medication is as it should be, and that's for diabetes, high blood pressure, and just other common ailments that our elderly face daily. We truly appreciate everything that Dr. Charles, his staff, and clinic does for our organization. Another thing I want to share from the last episode is that I really want everyone to understand how big of a deal it is that I'm still alive. And I truly believe that God worked in a miraculous way to get me to America safely, to have the team of surgeons and doctors work on me, and my surgery and my recovery is truly just a complete miracle. And a lot of times when we say miracle, it can freak people out. But I truly believe that God isn't finished with me. And so my prayer is that I get to live my life and do it in a God-honoring way. And I pray that I would continue to be able to live in Uganda and to simply share the gospel with as many people as possible. My prayer is that other people listening to not only this episode, but other ones on the show would see that God designed them beautifully and perfectly. And yes, we're all created different and we all have different gifts and talents, but that I truly know where I'm going when I die one day. And back a few months ago, I wasn't sure if I was going to live much longer after that first night that scared me so much. I really didn't know what the plan was. And that's okay, because God did. And his timing was perfect. I got where I needed to be, when I needed to get there, just in time. And he knew that. Let me leave you with the scripture, Numbers 6, 24 through 26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. So my prayer is that if you're listening to this, have faith. Maybe God is working through something with you, and who knows what he'll do through your life so that you can be a blessing to someone else. Thank you for listening to another episode of Faith on Dirt Roads. My vision for this podcast is to be God-honoring and telling not only my story, but the guests of our show. My stories are things I have experienced the last 11 years living in Uganda. From people I know, students and families that we work with in our organization, and just things that people have shared with me. If you love missions, know me, or have questions and are curious about life in Uganda, please visit our website at faithondirtroads.com and send a note to join me on an episode. I hope that you will subscribe and share the podcast with your friends and family. See you down the road.